Hello, my friends, and welcome to our Cinema 4D course. Okay, today we are going to use the primitive object to build or to model a plane. So prepare yourself and let's start. At first, let's take a look at primitive objects and think about which one to use. For example, what about using a cone? For example, this is my cone. I have top radius and a bottom radius. So what about using these parameters like this, and at the same time changing orientation. It could be the body of my plane like this, maybe decrease the bottom a little bit and also the top. Somehow it's fine. Maybe we could reduce the height like this. Okay, looks fine. But let's go to caps and add top and bottom caps, and let's try the look and feel of this, increasing the radius a little bit and also increasing height and maybe the segments of fillet. At the back, increase. Looks fine. Maybe from here I could. Okay, that's fine. And also for the object, I could increase the rotation segments for 30 to make it much more smoother. Okay, this may be the body of my plan. What about adding a cube? Make it 50 by 50 by 50 just to make it small. And from the top view using F2 from keyboard. Okay. This is the wing of the plan. Make it 20 or 10, 5, fine, add a fillet. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's take a copy of this by pressing Ctrl for the tail. Let's take a copy of this. Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Here is the copy, and rotate it along the x-axis 90 degrees. Pressing Shift, make it quantize in values. Okay, I have to reduce it. Take the cube. Okay, we may take a copy of this, the upper part of the wing, and at the same time I need to add the pilot cabinet. Maybe we could use capsule, for example, make it along x-axis for orientation and decrease the radius and also the height, just to be able to imagine. Okay, Looks fine like this. Rotate a little bit while pressing shift. As you see, numbers are quantized 5 by 5. Okay. Looks fine, but maybe I have to select the capsule and increase rotation sequence to be 30 just to make it much more smoother. Looks good. Okay, about these wings, we need to connect them to each other by adding a cylinder. Make it 5 maybe in radius, not too much. Make it 2 or make it 1, and height make it 50, for example. I will change the view by pressing F4 or F3 from the right perspective, zooming by scrolling up and down from the mouse, and move the connector along the y-axis. Let's decrease the height a little bit. Okay, that's fine. Okay, from top view by pressing F2. Here is it. Position it near from the corner. Pressing Ctrl to make a copy for the other one, and hence select both of these cylinders and Ctrl to make a copy for the other side. That's it. F1, go back, yes, looks fine. Maybe about the wing I could reduce it a little bit, make it 4, and this also make it 4. Okay, let's add a fan in the front. At first we could add a cylinder, make it along x-axis, and for sure make it small in radius. No, not a cylinder, sorry. What about adding a capsule? I guess it would be much more better to use a capsule. Yes. 15. Okay. Make it 100 in height and move it along x-axis. Just like this. After that, we may add a cylinder, make it along x-axis, and this time at first make it small in radius, for example 30 or 20, 15, 50 for height, make it 40 or 30, maybe 20. That's it. Okay. I'm going to reduce or decrease the rotation segments. Make it, for example, 6. Like this. Okay, that's fine. Let's make it for 10 or 5. And height make it 10, and we may add a fillet. Okay, looks fine. Now we may add a cube. Zoom out just to reposition and rescale everything. Make it, for example, 10 by 10 by 10. Make it closer from the front. Okay, let's make it 20, and for X make it 3 or 4, maybe make it 2, Fine. For this, make it 5. Okay, that's fine. Make it 1 and add a fillet. $30. Okay, that's fine. We may make a copy of this. Control C, Control V, and then rotate it. Shift to quantize. For example, 45 degrees is fine, or maybe much more. I'm going to make it of 3 copies. So what about making it, for example, 60 or 65? For example. Just reposition it near from the middle. Okay, and this, make another copy of this and rotate it. $65 and move it and position it just near from the middle. Okay, looks fine. Okay, that's it. But maybe we may add some deformation for fan. Let's say I need to make it much more wider from the bottom and much more narrower from the top. To do that, we are going to use something called deformers. Deformers are operations could be made to change or to affect the shape of my object. Okay, what about, for example, using the tapper? In order to use the deformer, you have to select the object, the first option to be used to apply a deformer for any object. Just select it and go to the deformer and press Shift from keyboard, then click the deformer. It will be added as a child. So deformer to be applied, it must be a child of my object. Okay, this is very important. For example, Control Z, go back again, and this time I'm not going to press Shift from keyboard. Okay, I'm just going to select the deformer tapper. It's not a child right now, so I have to add it as a child for Cube 4. Just click and drag. Do you see the bottom arrow appears right now? Okay, that's it. It will be added as a child or to be added inside this cube. Okay, that's it. This is my deformer. The first step to do is to click this button for the deformer, fit to parent, to make it fit to parent. Secondly, increase the strength just to be able to see the effect. That's it. Looks fine. And maybe make it 30% or maybe much more, 35% or even 40%. For example, that's it. Okay. Looks fine. What about copying the deformer? Or maybe we could add a new one for others. So for example, I'm going to click and drag the deformer and add it as a child by this. Control click and drag. So I have a copy of the deformer applied now to cube 5. Firstly, what I have to do is click fit to parent. That's it. But it's reversed right now. In order to change it, you may try to make different things. Okay. The first one is to change the orientation, for example, or the alignment. That's it. It was in positive Y. I made it in negative Y. This is one option. Another option is to rotate the effect or the deformer itself like this. 180%, sorry, degree. Okay, so I have many options for this. Okay, right now I'm going to add another deformer, even by copying this one to cube 6, or by again selecting cube 6 and going to the deformer, pressing shift from keyboard and clicking tapper. That's it. For the tapper, fit to parent and add the same amount of effect. Let's check. It was 40, just 40, not 45. Make it 40 and make it in a negative direction. And each time you change the alignment, you have to click or to press fit to parent button. Okay, that's it. Okay, right now we have this effect. Looks fine. That's good. Okay, we may add some other parts to our plane, but it depends on what you are going to do. For example, we may add a small wheel. It could be made by using maybe a tube. Yes, I guess it looks fine to add a tube. Change the orientation, make it in the direction. Let's minimize the outer and inner, make it just 5, and this make it 10, and for height make it just 20 from top view. Position it near from the middle, and we may take the tube again and decrease the height to 10 or maybe much more smaller like this. Okay, okay, looks fine. Not bad. What about increasing the rotation segments? Make it 30 and add a fillet. Decrease the radius, make it 1, it's enough. And here is our wheel. What about the inner radius? I'm going to decrease it to make it of 2 or 3. Okay, that's fine. This is the wheel. We may add, I guess, 2 wheels or what? 1 or 2 in the front. Okay, let's continue at first. Let's say I'm going to add a cylinder. Decrease the radius, make it for example 4. Make it 3 or 2. Yes, that's fine. And let's increase rotation segments too to make it much more smoother. Add a fillet, even we don't see it right now, but it's fine. Okay, that's it. We may add other wheels for the back too. Make a copy of these. It should be shorter. What about making a copy here? Just a minute. Let's move it right here. or I guess it will be under the wing like this. Yes, that's it. Now let's increase the height a little bit. Fine. From the top view, let's select both of them and make a copy by pressing Ctrl from keyboard and add the wheel in the other side too. That's fine. Maybe the wheel is not professional in this way. We may need to enhance it a little bit, but no problem. Right now, just we are testing using different objects here. Okay, that's it. You may add anything else you need. For example, we may add a cube just to create a window. Add a fillet. Okay, rotate. Increase. Yes, and rotate it again just to make it nearly aligned. Rotate again. Okay, that's it. Okay, we may add another one on the other side, but it's fine for now. That's it. You may add any other details as you wish. Right now we have finished creating our first plane model. Wish you like it, and waiting for your comment and the questions, and see you guys in the next video. See you, and don't forget to practice, and don't forget also to subscribe to the channel and to press the ring button. Okay, see you again, and bye bye.